Okay, when your cover is dry, you're ready to glue your pages in. And for this booklet, I'm only going to glue on one side. Now I have the choice of gluing it in this direction so that you open it up and it looks like this, which would be the way that a regular book would look. Or I could turn it around so that the mountain fold is on the outside, so when you open it up it looks like this. Okay, I'm going to glue it this way just because it seems more welcoming, you know, like you open the book and the pages kind of welcome you in, whereas this direction it feels a little bit like there's a barrier there. But it's up to you. Either way is fine. Just pay attention to how you are placing it when you put it on your cover. Okay, I'm going to put a little bit of glue there, and then I'm going to take my little piece of cardboard and smooth out the glue. And now I don't want to lay my cover anywhere where I have glue, just something to kind of keep in mind. Okay, I'm going to double check. Okay, this is the direction I want it. I'll try to line it up. Okay, now I can fold the book. Kind of pinch the spine a little bit, and you want to let this part dry open so that you're not accidentally gluing all your pages down. So this is a book that you open up and you can read this side and then you can read that side and close it up, and it looks like just a regular book from the outside, but when you open it it's a little bit different, a little bit of a surprise. Now what do you do when you already have your covers, either hard covers or a folded cover, and you want to fill those covers with an accordion-style page set? You can't just grab some papers and start folding, because they might not be the right size. They might be too narrow, they might be too tall. Well, what you do is you measure your cover, and this is a little over 4, it's like 4 1/4. So I'm going to make the pages 4 inches tall, because that centers nicely in that cover. And these pages are 4 inches, so I can go ahead and use those. And how wide do I want it? Well, my cover is 3.5 inches wide, so if I bring this in a little bit, either 3 and I guess that'd be 3/8 or 3 1/4. Either one of those would work all right. Then you get your pages, and these are already the right height. I'm lining it up so that one of these lines lines up with the edge of the paper, and I'm going to go 3 3/8 on that side and 3 3/8 on that side. And then I'm going to line this up with the edge of the paper just to kind of double check and draw a line down. And I'm just going to double check and see how that will look. That's pretty close, a pretty close fit, so I'm actually going to erase that line and go with 3 1/4. Okay, I think that works a little bit better. And then you fold it so that this line is the point of your mountain fold. Okay? So that line is directly on the fold. And I'm just going to double check. Yeah, that fits nicely with a nice little edge around the whole thing. So then I'm going to fold this end so that it lines up with the end of that paper. Okay, and so this will be the little flap that I use, and I'll probably trim it to glue the different pages together. And I do the same thing with as many pages as I want, and I'm only going to be able to have actually 2 pages for each of these sheets. 2 pages and a small flap to glue the next set together. So I'll have to do several of these if I want a very thick book. Okay, so now I have a concertina or accordion style set of pages, and I can glue my 2 covers on the ends, and as you'll notice, this is one of the forward and backward set of covers and set of folds. So if I didn't want it to open this way on this side and this way on this side, I could add another set of pages. Decide which side you want to be the front. You don't want too much glue, otherwise it kind of makes a mess. Press it down firmly and push out any air bubbles that are underneath. And then you'll do the same for your other cover. And you can actually put the glue. It's actually better to put the glue on the page because that way you know that the glue is only going where you want it to. Okay, so here, and these covers will flatten out as I press them. That is the little set of pages, and I'll put this under a book to dry. And if you have any like little spatters of glue in different places, it's best to put wax paper on either side, and that will keep your cover from sticking. And if you have glue leaking out over the edges of the pages that you have glued onto the inside of the covers, you can also insert a little piece of waxed paper there also, and that will keep your pages from sticking together.